What's going on, everybody? It's your boy PTK Blam back in the building with another weekly video. How is everybody doing today? Today is hump day. That means it is Wednesday, guys. Middle of the week. We are halfway through the week, guys. And before we go any further, I just want to give a huge shout out to the fucking community on Twitter as well as the community here on YouTube. You guys have been amazing. My channel has been growing like crazy. We're not quite at the 1,100 subs, guys. So if you're brand new and you enjoyed the content, even if you're not new and you want to just share the video because you like it, please do so. I'm trying to hit that 1,100 subscribers, guys. That means a bunch to me. Let's go ahead and get that before the end of the year. That is the end goal. I think I'm maybe 4 or 5 subs away, so help me out, guys. Share the link on Twitter, any other social media site. By the way, guys, I am going to start posting elsewhere as well, so follow me on Twitter to stay updated on that, because I'm thinking about starting an Instagram, which I don't have, as well as some kind of a Facebook page, which I had before, but I kind of abandoned it because I hate Facebook, and we know what's going on with them. So I don't know if I'm gonna do the Facebook thing, to be honest with you guys, but just keep posted, stay close to the to me on Twitter to find out when that happens, what I plan on doing. But other than that, guys, let's go ahead and dive right the hell into the video, because I got a lot to talk about. Now, I know you're looking at the thumbnail like, Blam, I know you said you don't do this, Blam. This is a little uncharacteristic, guys. I know it. I get it. I understand. I'm a funny guy. I like to make funny thumbnails. If you've not gotten that theme along the channel, I don't care who's the news about, Nintendo, Xbox, or PlayStation, I like to make funny thumbnails. But I do have some things that I have to say, and we have some things that we have to address. Let's be 100. If we're going to be 100, we're going to be all the way 100, all right? So first thing, if you guys hadn't heard, PlayStation, there's an article that came out essentially saying that PlayStation is gearing up to put their services, which means PlayStation Now and everything that includes their services for PlayStation and their video games, on essentially every device, a la Xbox. Now, the irony in all of this is that this keeps happening every single generation. And let me take you back, guys, a little bit. I'm a bit of a history buff. I've been doing this gaming thing for a while now. So let's take back to the OG Xbox, okay? Remember that little thing called an Ethernet port that was on the OG Xbox, right? Remember that thing when nobody really had any internet? Everybody was using dial-up. Nobody had DSL or broadband at that point. Wasn't that a little crazy what Microsoft and Xbox did? Well, that's not. Nobody has broadband internet. Who the hell is going to use that? Fast forward a year. Let's bounce this on to next generation, okay? Xbox Live, an actual all-on, full-on integrated live system with party chat, you know, all these cool things, game chat, you know, you can send messages, all these cool things, voice messages, all these cool things that Xbox Live brought to the table. There was no ecosystem like that in video games, point blank, period. Sony, and on the PS2, there was no PlayStation Network, essentially. You didn't have a hub where everything was in one spot, not until the Xbox, the OG Xbox, once again, introduced that. And then the 360, and this is why I made the jump, refined it and made it what it is today, essentially laid the groundwork. That's where you get PSN from. Oh, by the way, they were charging for it. They've been charging for Xbox Live since day one. That's something that Sony didn't really adopt till the PlayStation 3. Or 4, actually. I take that back. PlayStation 4, I'm sorry. PlayStation 3, it was still free. PlayStation 4, so you get the reoccurring theme here. The first Indian over the hill gets the arrows, all right? First Indian over the hill. And Xbox always seems to be the first Indian over the hill. They get a ton of scrutiny, and I've been seeing a lot of people on Twitter going back and forth on one side of the fence or the other. Let's be honest, guys. It takes that one person, traditionally it's been Xbox based on the information I just provided, that takes that leap, and they get laughed at when they take that leap, but then it becomes the normal thing later on down the line. So this is something that I'm not surprised. I mean, from a business standpoint, I definitely didn't see anything like this coming, because think about it. Sony has not really gotten bad with anybody this generation. They barely jumping on the cross-play train essentially at this point, and that's only with what, like, you know, Fortnite? Because Fortnite is literally the biggest game in the world, so they pretty much bent their finger and said, we're going to do this unless you guys are not going to get Fortnite. So they essentially had to do it at that point, but they're barely jumping on that. I don't know how this cross-play thing and on every device is going to work for Sony. They don't have the infrastructure. We know that Xbox has. Xbox with the xCloud, everything that they're doing, they're built for that dream to become a reality, for that Play Anywhere dream to become a full-blown reality. I don't know if Sony's built for that. Now, Sony is a huge company. They have a lot of money. They can do a lot of different things. Let me not knock them. I just don't think they have the groundwork. If they decided to go that route, it's going to more so be them piggybacking off of somebody else's system, using other people's servers, server farms, whatever you need to get this done. And everything that you need to get this done, Microsoft is built, and Xbox is built for that to achieve, for that to become a full-blown reality, guys. So I didn't want to take the whole video to necessarily bash Sony, even though I was super duper tempted, guys, but I am not a hater. But I do see what they're doing. You're not slick, Sony. You're not slick. But anyway, guys, let me know that in the comment section what you guys think about it. I don't want to make too big of a deal about it. This is not something that I'm going to drag Sony to the mud for. It is what it is at the end of the day. This is something that Sony does, all right? Look at you can point a lot of things that Sony has done in response to other companies that did it first. Now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because the highest form of flattery is essentially for somebody to copy you, which is great. It pushes the industry forward, but a lot of times Sony does get a lot of credit for doing things, or they get a lot of leeway for doing things that they didn't necessarily do first. But once again, let me know that in the comment section what you guys think. If you guys have a strong opinion, if you don't, man, I'm not really gonna spend too much time thinking about this. Drop a like on the video, guys. I got a lot coming down the pipeline, guys. Shout out to everybody who's been on the show recently. Got another Shop podcast this Saturday at 5 p.m. Mountain Time lined up for you guys. Got another special guest, a banger show lined up, so be there, be square, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Let's hit that 1,100 subscribers, guys. Let's do it. Peace out. It's your boy Blam.